What's up, YouTube? This is your big bro, King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at the King Jabez. And for those who want to talk to me one-on-one, I do offer consultations. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. Let's do some work. Today's video is entitled, Chosen Ones. They put a hex on you. And I want to talk about today how to break a hex. This is very important in a message I want you to think about and take serious. Now, if you have went through my content for the last 2 to 3 years in particular, I have done a number of talks about the dangers of witchcraft, about the dangers of spells and curses. Now, curse would be the worst possible case scenario. When a curse comes, it is often, it can be divine judgment from the Most High himself because of something that you did or your family or ancestors, hence a generational curse. You have something that's called or referred to as a jinx, and this is when a person has bad omens or bad luck. And for those who don't believe in bad luck, unfortunate. Let's just put it that way. You tend to go into misfortune and having things not work your way in life pretty consistently. What a hex is less severe than a curse, which tends to be long term. A curse may take you years to break that, depending on what it is, especially with family. If you have family members who are involved in secret societies, all type of stuff, you got some work to do. I want you to understand that. And some research. And now you have to think, you have to read, study these books, do your due diligence. And so I'm going to give you a process today that's going to help you specifically with breaking a hex. I'm going to break that down in a minute. I got a few symbols I'm going to use to teach this. You have to do the work. And I'll say before I even get into all of that, okay, this one prayer won't solve everything. This will be a standard for you, a process. And obviously, if you are a conscious person and a thinker, you will do more research, as well as practice your other disciplines. We talk about meditation, fasting from time to time, reading, reflection, enjoying nature. All the teachings I have each day, keeping yourself physically fit, developing a mind. All of that is necessary to do that on a consistent basis in terms of maintaining your lifestyle and being clean in your mind, your spirit, and body. But this is about a prayer today that will specifically help you counter this part of witchcraft. Now, witchcraft has 3 main objectives, many forms. 3 main objectives are intimidation, domination, and manipulation. So a hex can come to you often from someone you were intimate with, right? So some of you, you had a girlfriend from the past, a boyfriend from the past. Some of them were putting spells on you. I want you to understand that. Now, this doesn't apply to everybody, but some of you were intimate with men and women who were doing witchcraft and you didn't have any idea. And you got to address that stuff. And this is why, and this is a real moment, we're all adults. You sleep with a man, sleep with a woman. Some of you have had the experiences. Just be real. And it just seems like everything goes wrong after that. I've had consultations with men and women who had these experiences. They got with a man and it's just like life just went downhill. Got with this woman and life just went downhill. So many of you, men and women, by the way, because we like to make this an issue of men versus women. Both sexes do this. Okay? Men and women are practicing this stuff in private. And many of you have had this experience. You ain't got to tell me name my business. You've had this experience. You're like, man, I was with this person. We were intimate. And it's just like everything just went downhill. That's probably what happened. So while I have your attention, I have a few symbols here that we're going to use. Now, if you want to leave the video at this point, you can tap out. But for those who have interest in how to break a hex, listen to today's message, this part, very carefully. First part was just an introduction. Here we go. Now, we have a few symbols here. We have a bowl. We're going to pour in this bowl some water. Okay. We are going to light this incense, which there's nothing special about this particular incense. What it is a symbol to me of the prayers of the saints according to Revelation. That's why I do this. I can't speak for anybody else. Notice always has symbolism around me, right? This is a symbol of your prayer because we're about to do a prayer. We're finna work today. The line, of course, right there is a symbol of the line of Judah. That's why I have that right there every video. Simple. We're going to pray this prayer. You have to say this prayer 4 times. You say this prayer 4 times. You're going to rinse your hand in water. I did this earlier today for myself. You're going to rinse your hands in water after the prayer. And you're going to go outside and pour the water out outside. Now, the prayer you're praying, you're essentially reading Psalms, a Psalm of David, chapter 7, verse 1 to verse 10. You're reading Psalms, chapter 7, verse 1 to verse 10, 4 times out loud. So I'm going to read this for you today, verbatim. You literally are going to say this prayer 4 times. Dip your hands in the water. Wash your hands. It's all symbolism. Pour the water outside your house. Listen up. O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me and deliver me. Lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it in pieces, while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil to him that was at peace with me, yea, I have delivered him that without cause is my enemy. Let the enemy persecute my soul, and take it. Yea, let him tread down my life upon the earth, and lay my honor in dust. Selah. Arise, O Lord, in thy anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of my enemies, and await to me the judgments that thou hast commanded me. So shall the congregation of the people compass thee about. For their sakes, therefore, return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, and according to my integrity that is in me. O let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just, for the righteous God triumph the hearts and reigns. My defense is of God, which saveth the upright in heart. This is real. I had this experience today as I was praying this myself over my own life. Because there are people who try to do this against me because of the type of work I do. By the way, when you're doing content like mine, there are people who are trying to work against you. I want you to understand that. There are people in private doing witchcraft, spells, and hexes. And they want you to be unaware and not take this serious. Because see, pride will tell you, no one can do that to me. Humility says, yes, they can. They can do that. But what I can do is cover myself and to break that. Does that make sense? So you got to always be using discernment. So as I was reading that prayer today, about the second or third time reading it, I heard in my mind, my spirit, which is what it was, very clear. I just heard this voice saying, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up." I said, "This is real." I'm telling you, some of you might think that's crazy, but I knew what this is. This is not a game, y'all. This stuff is real. So as I was saying that prayer, I heard that spirit in my mind saying, "Shut up." Who was that? That clearly wasn't God. That wasn't my spirit saying that. That had to be an evil spirit. So this is like, I'm not surprised with it because a lot of y'all act like this. You act like all my talks about God and angels and demons is a game. This stuff is real. And so I'm giving you the real today. I gave you something. This can help change your life. And you got to do stuff like this on a regular basis. You can't do this one time. So what I'm saying, you got to be on your P's and Q's. So if you've been, guys, ladies, you've been intimate with a man, been intimate with a woman, come on, let's be real. And there's a soul tie there now. Do yourself a favor and say this prayer. Don't be embarrassed. Don't let pride tell you, ain't nothing wrong with me. That's pride. I'm not here judging you, but you know what you've done over the last, let's say, 1 to 4 years, who you've been with. If you have any doubt about a person you have been with over the last 4 or 5 years intimately, you may need this prayer, my boy, sis. And that's not a judgment. That's out of love. I'll say this about this message. This is one of those messages that even if you don't need it today, you will need this at some point. So this is a video to save. So even if this does not apply to you today, if there comes a point in the next 1 to 6 months when you feel like this, how can I articulate this? Well, I'll be real with you. I've had conversations with certain people, I'll put it that way, and I just had this negative energy and vibe for a while after that. It's like it brought bad omens my way. And that's true. So I know this is to be true from my own real experience. So if you are interacting with people, having conversations, working with people, you have been intimate with people, okay, and you feel this dark energy around you can't explain, it may be this. Now, this is only one form of witchcraft. We didn't go through all of them. There's probably, we went through forms of witchcraft rather, different versions. There's probably like 20, 30, if not more. So the purpose of today's talk is not to just give you an in-depth teaching on what witchcraft is. That will require, in fact, I got a book right here breaking it down. We ain't going through all that today. That's enough. That's several lectures, and I plan to in the future do more talks about various aspects of this. This is just one side of it. So I know you got questions. I got you. Be cool. I'm not going to be able to cover everything you got in one video. This is one video. As you can tell from this talk, this is clearly multi-layered. And I'm not going to rush this. I'm not going to let you all rush me through this either. This will be over the course of months. I don't want to do it every video because I don't think it's wise to talk about this every video because it's too much. But as I feel led from time to time, I'll be dropping these nuggets, and I want you to save these. And when you're going through something in your life and you say, you know what, Big Bro did the video about Hex, so let me check that out. That's what this is. So this is one for you, like if you need it right now. And if you don't need it right now, this is one you may need in the future. So this is a clear message. And this prayer, by the way, came from David, King David. And I think David has so many prayers on curses and hexes and spells because people were constantly trying to curse him. If you read through David's life carefully, he was always under the gun, facing Goliath, chased by King Saul, betrayed, not liked by his own family, had to leave his hometown. David was like the ultimate chosen one. No cap. Ultimate chosen one, chosen to be the king. And so he was someone who firsthand saw people trying to take his life, trying to curse him, trying to hurt him. And he had to consistently counter all of that dark energy he was always surrounded by with these prayers. So this was my idea. This is an ancient prayer from King David. So imagine David in a cave, literally fighting for his life. People chasing him. Wondering how he's going to eat the next day. That's what it got real for David for a while. Read the story. Before he became the king, it got real for a while. And I tell you, when you are chosen, you're going to go through seasons when stuff just don't make sense. So if you are a chosen man or woman, you need to pray this prayer. Understand everybody don't like you. So don't let pride tell you. So I know I'm trying to plead with you. Don't let pride tell you, I don't need that. Can anybody curse me? Yes, they can. I've been in this thing for a long time. I prayed that prayer. I'm not above that. I don't know who you think you are. Ain't none of us above. We need to be on point. So those Psalms are not just something to read, just to have a good night. Those are curse-breaking messages, curse-breaking prayers, how to break a hex, how to clear your mind, and be able to experience health and wealth. That's what it's all about. Being able to experience health and wealth, in a life of what I was trying to say, a life of purpose. So that's what I have for you today in this video. I trust you'll be able to use this. This is your Big Bro King Jabez. God bless. Peace.